Hello, hello, the game is gone. Someone help, the game has disappeared. What the fuck? Oh no, there it is. The audio is coming through. Okay, okay. Hello, hello. Sorry I started a little late today. I had a couple things to do today. One, my taxes. I was putting them off a little. I'm sorry, I was. Because I'm in a bit of like an awkward situation because I only worked for half the year of 2025. And then I quit my job and I started school again. So I thought it was going to be more complicated. Getting my W-2 I thought was going to be more complicated. And, well, turns out, by the way, it's kind of the opposite. It was hella simple and hella nice. Because I only worked half the year. So I only made half of my regular yearly income. Which means that I am a tax bracket lower than than what they were deducting from me. So I'm actually getting a fat return of my taxes this year. Kind of excited for that to hit the bank account. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but it's a lot of money. I'm gonna have friends coming out of the woodwork now, like, oh my god, Gallium, like people that win the lottery, and it's like, oh my god, remember me? We used to date in middle school. I'm gonna have a burrito party and move to New York. It's not burrito party move to New York money. It's definitely burrito party money. I don't know about move to New York, but it's definitely burrito party money. I'll give you that. Any case, we are starting the adventure of the clouded kokoro. Kokoro means heart, right? Or it means like soul, sort of like the emotional center of the person type thing, right? Yeah, I'm a weeb. It's whatever. I have money. I can be a weeb now. I'm not ashamed of it. The Adventure of the Clouded Kokoro.
I begin to think, Wilson, said Sholmes, turning his head languidly in my direction, that there is more to this case than that which we have observed. Indeed, that there may be another part to this story that we are yet to discover. His eyes wandered, following the steam rising from his cup of herbal tea, leading him to the distant memory of that snowy evening. To the young lady collapsed on the pavement along Briar Road, and to the knife in her back. Lit in the soft glow of gas lamps, a most extraordinary scene had been set. And under the cover of a light fog, the curtain had risen silently on the insoluble mystery of our invisible killer.
Insoluble mystery? Insoluble? Insolvable. Surely, not insoluble. Insoluble mean it can't be dissolved, not solved. British Supreme Court. Right. Because at the end of the previous case, our client was declared not guilty through some kind of not ideal sort of definitely evidence tampering on his side, but he was declared innocent, which means we are able to become a lawyer now. However, there was also the fact of, like, at the end of the cutscene at the end of the case where the carriage, the omnibus, what that had been the scene of the crime that had been brought into the courtroom, was on fire. And there was someone banging the doors from inside, suggesting there was someone trapped in there while the thing was on fire. Which is a bit of a scary proposition. I thought we were going to pick up from there, but I guess not. Maybe we are. I still don't know. But the case seems different. Did you sleep last night, Mr. Naruhodo? Probably feeling a little conflicted. Oh, because the hotel was huge? Felt like we were staying in a palace. With all the gas lights twinkling, it was brighter than day, even in the middle of the night. Mm-hmm. The beds. Right. Spent the entire night rolling from one side of the mattress to the other. Was he sleeping in the closet even after his friend died? Did he not take over the bed at that point, maybe? Seems like the thing to do. I'm no expert, but it really was the sort of night you can only dream of normally. When I learned that we owed £3 for the rooms, that dream quickly turned into a nightmare. The entrance so inviting, I just wandered in without thinking. Damn, this guy is a menace. Can't go anywhere with him. That sum of money would put a roof over your head for a whole year. I'm afraid I couldn't help my tears when we presented with the bill. Do they have that kind of money? More affordable lodging straight away, though. Do you want to go to 221B Baker Street? Mayhaps? Our entire stipend will be used up in 10 days or less. That is pretty bad. Good morning to you at this early hour. Hello, Justice. Well, we did what you asked. We have come to report on the outcome of the trial at the Old Bailey yesterday. Which he should know about, presumably. Your snatched waists, or he does have that. Well, he's got the little, like, you know, man corset thing going on, I think, with this little vest he's got on. It's probably, you know, stretching him a little. He had a very comprehensive initiation to British courtroom practices. Sure did. In accordance with your instructions, Mr. Naruto performed his duty to the end. And the guy was declared innocent, yeah. You conducted a remarkable defense. You may consider the test passed. Nice. No longer are you a student from the Empire of Japan. You may henceforth claim to be a fully fledged lawyer. My country is delighted to welcome a young talent from such a remote eastern land. Okay, so I'm just a lawyer now. It definitely feels like this guy might be a little corrupt, though, if he sent us... Because I believe when he sent us off to work with the guy, he was like, it's basically impossible that he will be declared guilty. So it's maybe he knew something about the way the trial was going to go. About the evidence, I mean. I'd like you to take it on at once. I trust that won't be a problem. Nothing trains a lawyer better than practical experience. No, I'll do it. Yesterday's trial ended unusually. I haven't quite come to terms with it. Yeah, what's to come to terms with? The man was cleared. What more were you hoping for? To arrive to the truth. Been a pleasure, or so it has, indeed. And as for you, my dear fella, I forgot the accents I'm supposed to be doing. I don't have accents anymore, man. It's Sunday. On the 7th day he rested, dude. I have no idea how to do the accents today. Yeah, he seems kind of evil, this guy. We need the Russians back. I can pull a Russian accent like that. Irish? Complicated. Complicated. Mr. McGilded really was innocent. Never managed to ascertain the truth. Exactly. Could be he wasn't. Hang on. Moving the camera a little because I just realized there's a much bigger gap on the side than over there. Well, you needn't let it trouble you for a second longer. He's dead, or what? Master McGilded passed away immediately following the trial. He was the one stuck in the cart? In the omnibus? I have 19 minutes and 41 seconds until my next engagement. Time enough to talk. He says, I still, you know, he did spend... Do I have a badge for here? I don't. Crazy. Crazy, I just kind of took his armband. It identifies the wearer as a defense lawyer throughout the Empire of Japan. But I am not a defense lawyer in Japan, like, at all. Like, at all. I am one in the UK now, crazily enough. but I'm not one in Japan. There was a great commotion in the Old Bailey, as you'll presumably recall, an omnibus had been wheeled into the courtroom. Indeed. That was the scene of the crime. Precisely. While the bailiff's attention was diverted by some other matter, the omnibus went up in flames. And is being investigated as we speak, but already the police have identified a corpse found inside the charred shell of the carriage as that of McGilded. So he was inside, smacking peepees. Exactly. Whacking peepees. Bailiff whack his peepee. That is also being investigated as we speak. Okay. There was an investigation happening and he wanted to be there for it. Or he was being asked to be there for it. So I'm told, he asked if I could be present. Okay, so he put himself there and then died. Not to my knowledge. I don't believe Scotland Yard had any intention of re-examining the carriage. What was he talking about? I'm yawning so fucking much. I'm back to what used to happen. I would start stream and immediately get so sleepy. I don't know why. Okay, British court. How'd you find your first taste of our country's Supreme Court? It was kind of fun with the jury, honestly. The whole experience was steeped in the solemnity of Great Britain's long history. It's really a world apart from our own judicial system in Japan. You seem to have a way of failing to find the right ones. Damn, she really just reading my mind over here. Learn all you can. I will. The most advanced. Yeah, I don't know about that, because that is true. There's a lot of pyrotechnics going on in those courtrooms. Oh, it was simple. It was simple enough. You couldn't lose, yeah. The case was anything but simple. Circumstances of the case were so incriminating, I was stunned when I first heard them. Damn, Seribot's doing crazy work. Sorry, one of the usernames it banned was familiar granddaughter. Like, holy shit, my granddaughter? I have that? Fact is, you did receive the not guilty verdict you set out to achieve. That can only be attributed to exceptional talent. Not just to exceptional talent, to a healthy dose of tampering with evidence as well. You exceeded my expectations, I freely admit. That much is at least an undeniable truth. Okay, fun. New case, which we gotta ask about. What was he going to say before? What was he going to say before? Here. I don't know about that. ... Well, never mind. This is just lending more to what I'm thinking, that he knows what the fuck was happening there. Details about the new case. Murder in the trial starts in 10 minutes. Well, last time we had 20 minutes, so yeah, maybe that's how it was. This case is completely different. That is to say, no one has died as yet. That's a crazy case to send me on. A trial will not be today. There is plenty of time to research the case thoroughly. Why is he assigning me cases, though? If it's, I guess it's a different country, so maybe it works differently. But in Japan, a defense attorney works for the individual and a prosecutor works for the state, right? This guy is definitely state appointed. Why is he giving me defense attorney jobs? Trial is tomorrow, but there's, you know, one day. That's sometime. Just a little confused, that's all. Left me wondering if I'm really cut out for being a lawyer. You're gonna be fine. Didn't have a lawyer and it was 20 minutes. True, but he's assigning me a different case now. And the trial is tomorrow, and there's one similarity. What? The same prosecutor. Once again, there is currently no one to... Oh, never mind. The situation remains unchanged. The trial will start tomorrow with the defendant unrepresented. Okay. The most terrible end awaits the defendant. Hanging them by the neck. They talk about it like it's so fucking awful and cruel. Like in Japan, they don't do that. Which maybe they do something else. But in modern day Japan, they execute criminals by hanging them. They executed Dahlia Hawthorne by hanging her. Which is crazy. That's right. Okay. Guess we should go to the thing. You will have to excuse me. I would advise you to begin making preparations for tomorrow's trial. The clock is ever ticking. Now but 23 hours, 26 minutes, and 39 seconds until the court sits. One more thing. You remarked upon something that you intend to see through the will of your late compatriot. Like, yeah, whatever his weird secret mission was, I guess I'm signing up for that too. I would be interested to hear what exactly you mean by that. Inside 34 seconds. Kazuma always used to say, you see, that he wanted to learn how the greatest justice system in the world worked so he could change ours in Japan. Now that he's gone, I'd like to work towards that myself, and there's another thing. On the way here on the steamship, he said something to me. Something very important I have to do. He never had a chance to tell me before he died. Thank you for an enlightening discussion. I don't know, girl. He mentioned it to me. Maybe we were closer friends than you were with him. Have you considered that? I've taken the liberty of summoning the police inspector in charge of the case. He'll be able to apprise you of the details. This is the guy that was there when the thing was on fire. Hello, are you gonna be Lestrade? But the little urchin girl yesterday was named Lestrade. So are you related? Are you just not gonna be Lestrade, and did they just put the Lestrade name in on a different character just to have it in? Something very important that I have to do. He never said, so we just can't know. It's how it is. I wouldn't say he looks pleased to see us. Oh, he's one of them racists, is he? I see. Hey there, Buster. Is he just eating straight? Is this fish and chips? Or is this just chips? Dude, he keeps regenerating it. He might be Jesus Christ. What do you think? Lovely weather, isn't it? What's the weather got to do with anything? Listen to me, you young Japanese upstart. Some frippery about the weather doesn't get every English gent eating out of your hand, you know? I'm a busy man, a very busy man. There's a crime scene to investigate, but I'm here having to give the likes to you a talking to. You imagine what the other officers there will be saying? Haven't seen Gregson anywhere, have you? No, he's too busy with the bigwigs these days. All because some bumpkin who's here on a jaunt from a country I've never even heard of. Hear that ripping sound? That's my reputation at the yard going to tatters. Is this Mr. Yunosuke Naruhodo, a defense lawyer? It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I'm Mr. Naruhodo's judicial assistant. Uh, it's lovely weather we're having today, isn't it? Damn. She really just dominated him like that. It is unseasonably fine, I grant you. London winters don't see a lot of sunshine. Lord Strongheart has asked me to fill you in on the case. Name's Tobias Gregson, Inspector Gregson to you from Scotland Yard. Is there a Gregson at all in Is there a Gregson at all in Sherlock Holmes? Inspector, are you perhaps the Inspector Gregson? From the Sherlock Holmes stories, I bet. He's a London detective. Oh, I do know him very well, in fact. He features prominently in the adventures of Sherlock Holmes. Inspector Gregson and Mr. Sholmes enjoy a wonderful friendly rivalry. You rival the great Mr. Sholmes? That's incredible. Oh, well, I don't know about that. Okay, flattery will get you everywhere. Mr. Sholmes isn't a professional like myself, of course, but he does come up with the goods from time to time. You've earned his highest praise. Gregson's the pick of a bad lot from all the Scotland Yarders. Mr. Sholmes isn't particularly known for giving compliments. He gave me pretty high compliments. That he is not. Thanks to that magazine, my name's known all over London town now. I have to admit, to start with, I was a little, well, flattered by all the attention. Everybody wanted to shake my hand, and my reputation at the yard went through the roof. Okay. No, it is not. Nothing more sinister than the men on the street. People are always looking at me now. They're whispering rumors about me under their breath, I'm sure. Oh, damn. They think he's, like, too cool for them now. You don't think people are saying such mean-spirited things about you? Like I said, they whisper, so I can't catch exactly what they're saying, but I know what folk are like. I'm sure that's what they're saying, as sure as eggs is eggs. Okay, okay. Perhaps a sudden rise to fame does change people. Tell me about the case, though. Nothing to tell. As far as we're concerned at the yard, it couldn't be simpler. Yeah, it couldn't be more complicated. Yep. It is case 405, so yeah. Young woman was walking along the pavement on Briar Road when she was stabbed from behind. Fortunately, it wasn't fatal, but she's still laid up in hospital unconscious. It's neither here nor then. Yeah, it's about to happen. After something of a whirlwind investigation, the criminal was arrested. He barely had time for a cup of tea after the incident took place. Something was left. Let me stop you right there. You're wasting your time on this one. There's nothing you can do. There's no way to help the bloke now. Simple. Prosecutor that's been assigned is Lord Baruch von Zeeks. I've already won against him once, though. Believed to be the harbinger of death itself. But we already beat him once, so what's the problem? He had a very weak case yesterday. Yeah, I told us about him before the trial. Call him the Reaper of the Bailey. Defense attorneys just don't stand against him. The accused has been damned, except for the yesterday one. Suppose he's earned that because every defendant he advocates against is found guilty. If that's the case, we should inform you, Inspector, that in yesterday's trial against Lord Van Zeeks, Mr. Naruhodo secured a verdict of not guilty. And what of it? I mean, it's even against the Reaper of the Bailey, it's not impossible to save the defendant. Exactly. He just stuffed them straight in his pocket. What happened to that bloke in the end, eh? He's dead. Magnus McGilded came a cropper in that omnibus when it went up in flames. You can't rightly say you saved the defendant, can you? No, absolutely I can. My job ends when the verdict is given. I'm not here to listen to fucking, you know, solipsisms about what the freaking job is. My job starts when the trial starts and ends when the trial ends. He doesn't work miracles, he works magic. Black magic. I'd have a good long think about that if I were you. My man's really built like a thumb, huh? He does not have a chin. He just goes face to neck. Alright, well, I filled you in as requested, and I'm very nearly out of chips. We're heading back to the crime scene now. It was Briar Road. That's correct, ma'am. If you head over to the holding cells, you can meet the criminal himself. He's as good as shaking like a leaf in his cell, he is. I'll give you a chuckle if nothing else. Inmate 53. It's kind of fun how you can hear the machinery in the background. Tell the truth, when I recall the trial yesterday, I can't stop myself from shaking. It wasn't so bad yesterday, you know? There's no shame in turning the case down. That takes courage, too. If he's innocent... I'm still reeling from the shock of yesterday's events myself. He walked up today being like, I don't know if I have what it takes to be a lawyer. And immediately he's like, my client might be innocent and afraid. I must advocate for them. My guy, you are a lawyer. You are a lawyer. I'd like to try, so I think I'm going to make some inquiries. Will you help? Do you really think you had to ask? For all, I am your judicial assistant. Let's go. She is so precious. We can go straight to Briar Road or the detention center. Let's go to Briar Road first. That way we can maybe collect some things we can ask them about. That fucked up bicycle. Oh no. This is where it happened. Look. That regulation metal helmet, it's unmistakable. It's Scotland Yard. Okay. But, Mr. Naruhodo, to see one with my own eyes. They often depicted in the adventures of Sherlock Holmes, but I never dreamt I'd ever come this close. To a real Bobby's helmet. Aw. These two guys, I'm pretty sure, were the exact same guys that were... These two guys were the ones guarding the door to the courtroom, I'm pretty sure. If he loses, the defendant dies. Yikes. I have to try one on. There are two policemen in London. Well, I'm saying it's these two because it's this one without a mustache and this one with a mustache. Which is how they looked there. I don't see Inspector Gregson anywhere. I don't want to upset one of the bobbies and be butted in the head by one of those metal helmets. English Bobby would never do such a thing. This is a land of gentlemen, you know? They're pretty racist, I imagine. So, you know. Keep your wits about yourself. Snowman. What a delightful snowman. Has a scarf. I'm afraid our budget is somewhat frozen at the moment, too. We can't afford a scarf. Yeah, let's not take it. I do like how it does go like click. You've checked this out. Good job. This is a police car. That's a Scotland Yard carriage. Rush to the crime scenes and cart away criminals. It's long been a dream of mine to ride one of these through the streets of London. Yeah, just pick up a stone and throw it through one of the windows. Exactly. Still, if it's the only way, help me find a good stone. Whoa. This girl is a little dangerous, isn't she? Okay. The Haunces or the guy do not give more juice. I could talk to this guy or that guy. Let's talk to that guy down there. That's one of the officers, yeah. If we wander too close, we'll be clapped in irons. We've done nothing wrong, so we can just walk up again. I'm a mustache enjoyer. I don't know if I'm a mustache enjoyer. I'm definitely... Do I have a mustache if I have a beard? Is a beard composed of, like, mustache plus, like, chin strap plus sides plus, you know, is it composed of the individual parts? Do I have a mustache or do I just have a full beard? Speak among yourselves, class. See what you come up with. So I guess I can't talk to that guy or that guy. Can I walk up to this? Must be where the incident occurred. Can't see anywhere. An attacker could have been hiding. Oi, what you foreigners doing here? What? I'd have a weird Amish chin strap if I shaved it. Do not do this. I would not do this. Although, when I first... This brings back memories. When I was first getting facial hair, my mustache came in first, which is what typically happens. And then I started to get sort of like a little bit of basically a chin strap that then would eventually, you know, fill in vertically, but first kind of just a little horizontal line basically. But because my mustache came first, my mustache grew a lot faster than this. So I had a regimen of like shaving the mustache every so often and then shaving this like once a week or something. And sometimes toward the end of the week, I would have no mustache and kind of a visible chin strap. And it was not a great look. Come here to destroy evidence, Avia. Get out of here. I'll give you an Iden. An Iden? It would be a hiding, surely, but I'm not sure you can do an Iden like this. An Iden. I don't think the Scotland Yard guys are that good. We can't go there. Can't go there, can't go there, can't go there. Hiding. I know, but like, just don't say, don't eat the H. That it's as easy as that. Rather typical old brick building, isn't it? I'm sure it has a long and interesting history. It's really bent. Yeah, the outside of it. Crooked and sagging all over. Cheap lodging ourselves as soon as possible. Maybe in here. I guess. Well, that building isn't anything. Cool. What? The boarded windows. The bricked over windows. They have to eat their H's. Oh, yeah. Apparently. They're all filled in with bricks. It's an empty property where nobody lives at the moment. There's smoke coming from the chimneys. So there is someone there. Oh, smoke coming from the chimneys. Are you talking about that smoke? Clouds look so big and heavy in the sky, don't they? Everything looks hazy. Looks like it's still being built, though. There, over there, it's just under my camera. That's gotta be the Crystal Spire for the World Expo, I bet. That must be the Crystal Tower being built for the Great Exhibition. Exactly. I kind of thesaurused it a little bit, but yes, exactly. It's going to be very striking, glazed on all sides, and the symbolic centerpiece of the exhibition. Uh-huh. There's a lot of things we can look at up there, huh? Black smoke rising from the chimneys. The only chimneys I really remember seeing in Japan were on top of the bathhouse. Much thick smoke building up to the heavens is surely going to turn the whole sky black sooner or later. Damn. He was talking about climate change before it was cool. Oh, the street. Piles of snow on the pavement here and there, but the road itself is covered in carriage tracks. Soon disperses all the snow. Be far safer to walk down the road, because there's no snow on it. Or a coachman might not see you, and you can be flattened by horses. Rather small. She just called me a short king. Actually, she just called me short. Forget king. The door is nothing. The lamp is nothing. Okay, let's look at the friggin' busted bicycle. A British bicycle, look! The wheel is so misshapen, I'm sure it couldn't possibly be ridden anymore. Even a movement to change women's dress to allow them to ride as well. I don't see why anyone would want to ride something like that. Cue generations of the Naruhodo family riding their bikes to work. Do you dislike bicycles? No, not at all. I mean, it's not that I dislike them exactly. Any occupation that involves taking both your feet off your firm ground seems reckless. If you'd ever tried walking on stilts and falling into a river, I know you'd agree with me. You can see behind me while I ride you around. Aw. Okay, there's literally nothing I can do here. Why the fuck did they ask me to come here? Why the fuck did they ask me to come here if there's nothing I can do? The police fucking kick me out? These are British prison cells. Pretty grim. Having experienced it in Japan, I can assure you our wooden cells feel a lot cozier than these cold stone walls. Can't make them out. Your legal representative's here to see you. Stop hiding at the back of the cell. Show your face at once. Am I a cat as yet with no name? Calling me by a number. It's utterly, unbelievably, unjustly unreasonable. I refuse to answer. What do you think is going on here? That tirade of complaints was in Japanese. Oh, shoot. Oh. He's got huge eyes. Very, very sort of wet eyes, this man. Excuse me, but shh, quiet. Uh-huh. They're all around, hiding. I know they are. They're watching, listening. Even now, I can sense it. He's crazy. Who is they? There you are. You've come to curse me, haven't you? Don't try to hide it. You're a ghost. Is he blind? We mean you no harm, prisoner son. Are you Japanese by any chance? Oh. That removed all the cloudiness from his eyes. This is beyond my wildest dreams. He's met some other Japanese. Forgive me for that outburst before. I'm so sorry. Imagine it. It's been 12 long months since I left my hometown, and here I am in a frightful fix in a foreign land. Hearing the sweet, sentimental tones of a compatriot's voice here in this damp, dark hellhole was a most monumentally moving moment. Apologies. Fellow Japanese, and kind of a crazy guy, too. Does he just have anime eyes? Is that the plot? Is that the plot? Is that the fun? What compassion my fellow countrymen show to dispatch a first-class lawyer all the way from Japan to defend a mere foreign student. Noble, nurturing, never-failing Nippon. I don't know about that. Would you be so kind as to tell us what's happened? Yes, I can, I will. Shan't stay sullen and silent. Okay. I am a lawyer, as you said. My name is Ryunosuke Naruhodo. I am a visiting student sent here by our government. Notably, notoriously named Natsume. Soseki Natsume. Soseki Natsume? Isn't that an actual guy? Isn't that an actual guy in history? Or am I making it up? Okay. I'm like, why does that ring a bell? Symbol of one of our great empire's first-rate lawyers. Which means, of course, you'll stand by my side. You'll defend me. It does mean that, though. I will defend you. What did he do historically, this guy? Call me Soseki, please. I'm a poet, you see, a writer of haiku. Okay. Something about nom de plume. No, don't be so prosaic. It's much more refined than that. You say you were a visiting student. Yes, that's right. A year ago, I was told to go and study English. First, I had to suffer that misery, and now this. It's beyond the pale. No, I mean, I've had an interest in Great Britain for some years, of course. But just because the government tells you to do something doesn't mean you can do it. No. If they told me to study English literature, that I could have understood. That's my field. But no, they told me to study the English language. Utterly, unbelievably, unjustly unreasonable. Oh. Only the other day, I was told to send a report about my first year here. I tendered a blank piece of paper. Wise words on whitewashi. Oh, yes, so I'm often told. Okay. Tell us exactly why you've been arrested. I didn't do it. I didn't commit that atrocious murder. Oh, no, it's all right. The woman didn't actually die, did she? But she was stabbed with a knife right before my eyes. I didn't see anyone. If I'd seen the person who did it, do you think I'd be locked up in here? Okay. The Curse of London, it's incredibly, inexcusably, irritatingly inconvenient. The gag with the poses is gonna get old fast, by which I mean it got old by the 4th time he did it. Tell me more about the case. It was an accursed evening, just after the snow had started to clear and heavy with fog. I'd been to the bookshop to buy some books, and I was on my way back to my accursed lodgings. His real work? Was he big on alliteration or what? As I was walking along that accursed pavement, I could make out the sole silhouette of another ahead of me. Oh, okay. A woman wearing a green overcoat she was, and just as I went to overtake her... Damn, she suddenly let out a little scream and collapsed onto the cold hard slabs of stone at my feet. Damn. I called out to the woman, but she didn't move. It was like a ghostly, ghoulish, grim graveyard. I had to get away from there. So I ran as far as my legs would carry me back to my cursed lodging. I like how everything is accursed. They'll say it was shameful, I know, to run away like that. Don't be ridiculous. You think I know any of these fair-haired English, and a young woman at that? I'm diffident, shy, timid, unsure. I can't talk to people. Who else did you see? Regrettably, apart from myself and the woman, I didn't see a soul. I'm just gonna look him up real quick. Hang on. Soseki Natsume. He kind of does look like him. He kind of does look like him. They kind of nailed him. I'm not gonna lie. He kind of looked like that. He kind of did look like that. He kind of did look like that. They kind of got him. They kind of got him good. It wasn't really translatable, so they went with this as the closest thing. I see. That's a little sad. If there was no one else and she was stabbed, there's something I can't explain. He didn't know the victim, and that there was no one else at the scene. This man has to be the culprit. What did you just say? I thought it very loud. Well, he gets into this fucking, like, feverish shaking mode that it really troubles me. He didn't touch the victim. There was nobody at the scene to see him. How did they even know he was there? It was him. That accursed great detective. He led the police to me. Sherlock Sholmes, oh no. Shall never forget that man's name as long as I live, with his haughty laugh and his self-proclaimed greatness. Brash, big-headed, busybody, be gone. May you be cursed until the end of your days, Sherlock Sholmes. We're getting our boy back. We're getting our boy back. Bring him back. It was the morning after the nightmare we had unfolded on the pavement before me. I was gnawing on a sliver of hard cheese when some men suddenly burst in through the door. It's the police. Put the weapon down. Yes, it was a thin sliver, and yes, it was hard, but it wasn't eating a weapon. Disgusting dietary discrimination devils. And there he was, in the middle of all the policemen, grinning like a Cheshire cat. At Sherlock Sholmes. He's found out he's a famous name in detection here in London. His overly sharp mind managed to deduce my whereabouts, apparently. He thinks I'm the knife-wielding madman. Me, this weak, stooped kitten of a man. It is kind of, like... I think this is so actually... This is actually perfect. Because it's emblematic of Sherlock Sholmes, the character in this game. Because he was there when the stabbing happened. And then he ran away. By all accounts, leaving no evidence behind and no one that knew he was there. And yet Sherlock tracked him down. He may well not be the killer, but Sherlock found a guy that was supposed to, you know, no one could have even guessed was there. Was the only reason the police arrested you. Well, thing is, I was thrown into a panic when they barged their way in. Yeah. I was terrified and trembling, and they kept throwing question after question at me in impossible English. Fiendish foreign flammery? Uh-huh. You can't really blame them, yeah. Good point, but my mind went blank. I knew I had to answer, but I didn't know what to say, so I just kept repeating things like, yes, I do, and I'm fine. Next thing I knew, I was at Manacles. Before I knew it, I was thrown in here. Uh-huh. When we're speaking English, a simple mister is more than enough. Oh, yes, alright, yes. They've really got me. This country is poisoning my mind. But please, I beg you to defend me in court tomorrow. You can tell them what really happened. If I can go to the scene of the crime. I'm just a student like yourself on a study tour. At this moment in time, I really don't know what I'm supposed to believe in. I'm confused about what justice in this country even means. I'm a sort of locum lawyer, I suppose. That's the mark of a defense lawyer from our great empire. It's a keepsake. Yeah, but it's a crazy thing to have as a keepsake. It's like if... It's kind of stolen valor. Hello, Mushy. It's kind of stolen valor, isn't it? It's like if a friend of mine that's in the military died, and I kept his uniform and wore it around. He choking someone out. He's just really panicked. You know, like... It is, sure, it's a keepsake, but it's also a symbol of rank. He do be choking his chances of getting a good verdict with all that he is saying. Keepsake? I know exactly what they're saying about me. The lawyers, all the British defense lawyers, they won't defend me. Thank you for the lurk. For the same reason as you noted before. When it happened, there was only the victim and myself around. I ran away from the scene of the crime. Now it looks as though I must be the culprit. It must be hard for you. When were fingerprints discovered? Just a foreign nobody to them, someone not to be trusted. Or them openly laughing about me before in my earshot without any compunction at all. They even had the gall to say the man doesn't understand half of what's being said anyway. That's pretty rough. Traveled halfway around the world to learn about these people's country and its great history. No one here wants to listen to a man with a strange accent. They all hate me. 1890s? Damn. So we should be having fingerprints up in here. You could do it, couldn't you? When I look into your eyes, I can see it. Soseki, don't even fucking worry right now. Because A, I am the main character, and B, canonically, you do not get put to death in the gallows in Great Britain. You know, historically, I'm pretty sure. So, I think we're in the clear. I think we're gonna be fine, you and me. Give me a little time. I'll investigate, yeah. Will give us a much better chance. Yes, yes, thank you. He has some Officer Meekins vibes now that I realize it. With his little outbursts, you know? He has some Officer Meekins vibes. Now Herlock's gonna be here dangling from the tree or whatever. Oh, never mind. What's the Japanese delegation doing here? We're investigating the murder. I was thinking with a megaphone. I know, but you see what I mean, though, right? He's got similar vibes. I'm fairly sure you're well aware. We are here to investigate. Similarly twitchy, yeah. He's not a criminal as you put it, Inspector. He's a suspect. Dude, this shit's making me so hungry. I could go for fish and chips. We'll see about that. You Japanese like to stick together, I suppose. What's that supposed to mean? Bloke's in court tomorrow, whatever happens, and the verdict's a foregone conclusion. I know. These guys are really mean. Ever since I read about it and the adventure of Sherlock Holmes, I've been fascinated. Uh-huh. They do seem pretty incompetent in Sherlock Holmes stories, though. Does make them look the part. Certainly got the sense this is a man who will take no nonsense in his duty of protecting the city. Being a London Bobby is hard going, I can tell you. First thing in the morning, you know what he does? Goes around and rouses all the laborers on his beat so they can get off to work. Yup, raps on their windows with a long pole. Did it myself going back a bit. Bobby works for the people of the town. It's just another one of his duties. After that, he starts tirelessly patrolling the streets all day long. Has to cover 20 miles a day. That's the regulation distance. 20 miles. That's approximately the distance from Tokyo to Yokohama. When it gets dark, of course, he has the important job of lighting all the gas street lamps. I keep doing this. I don't know how. But I do keep... The hell? It's just not holding up anymore. It's got a limp... I've got a limp camera cover. I think we're good. Okay. Bobbies are expected to investigate cases as well. Surely if they're on a case, they're not doing all of that, though. Not sure you would call it in between, more alongside, but yes. They're expected to handle those jobs as well. Happens to everyone. Happens to 1 in 5 men, so 1 in 5 cameras, so I hear. A heavy heart, I shall have to relinquish that dream to you. Okay, the case. Could we investigate? These people keep friggin' shunting me out. 5 in the evening, 2 days ago. Just there on that open bit of pavement. Stabbed with a blade from behind. Never said she was a lady. Truth is, unless she comes around pretty smartish, we won't be able to find out much about her at all. Map of the local area. Oh, fun. Thank you. It's our policy to give lawyers, defendants, suspects the odd bit of information to go on. That's better than Japan, even in modern day, so that's kind of crazy. Maybe they do have the best system in the world. Let's look at the map in the court record. This is where the murder happened. Okay, yeah, this side. This is the old brick house. That's freaking crazy. Calabash Road over here. This road has no name. And then Meerschaum Street. Okay, fun. As far as we know, no one else on the scene other than the victim and your fellow countrymen. Just because he didn't see anyone doesn't mean there was nobody else, exactly. We most certainly can be sure. Because, ma'am, the precise moment of the stabbing didn't go unnoticed. There was a witness. 2 very reliable witnesses. If you have 2 witnesses, it means you have 2 people that were there. It was a typical foggy London day, and your client obviously didn't see them. Fellow and his wife. The man's one of the most reliable and respected citizens in all of London. He's a compa from Scotland Yard. Just happened to be there at the scene of the... there at the exact moment the woman was attacked. Nothing peculiar about that, ma'am. Part and parcel of being a Bobby. Why was he there with his wife? Be my guest. You can ask him what you like. In court tomorrow. Damn. I have no doubt he'll be summoned as a witness. Him and his wife, hopefully. I must warn you, this could make your job very difficult. Yeah. Person who led you, Herlock Sholmes, wasn't it? What are you bringing him up for? Let's move in order, but we'll talk about it too. Twitchy Japanese bloke goes on trial tomorrow. You want to defend him or not? Okay. Let me try a British accent. Let me try. British. You're British. You're British now. You're British now. You like some fish and chips, yeah? Okay. I'm British now. Makes no difference to fuck. There is no British accent. I have no British accent. Makes no difference to me. But I will just say this. No London lawyer worth his salt would touch that case with a barge pole. Is that anything? Is that a British accent at all? I don't think it is. Shut the fuck up. Oh, fuck, man. I just don't have a British accent. The British accent has me sometimes, but I definitely can't summon it. There's no way to save the man now. It's a waste of time trying. Fuck, dude. First time chatter laughing at my British accent. Fuck, man. That's a bad first impression. The Reaper. He hasn't appeared in court for a good few years now. Nuh-uh. He appeared in court yesterday. We whooped his butt. Only people usually bothers with are real scum. Master criminals, the violent ones. What's first impression? Ah, fuck. If you want a first impression, just throw up the quote command, and you'll see exactly what what we do around here. Young woman was stabbed, but didn't kill her. Couldn't even say the intent was there. This isn't the sort of case I'd be expecting the Ripper to want to sink his teeth into, for want of a better phrase. It's not even murder, it's assault, really. Also, hello, Jamin, how are you? For some reason he's taken an interest. Getting a master's comes with a free crime. Shoot, for real? That's crazy. I'm getting a master's right now. What's your sticker? Bing Bong Love? What the hell is that? We'll have to... Alright, okay. Let's try again. Let's try again. You'll have to ask him yourself. I have no fucking British accent. I have no fucking British accent. It's so embarrassing. It's a game that's only British characters, and I have no British accent. That was like Dracula or something. Fuck. I'm really bad at accents, okay? I can do a Russian accent, apparently, pretty well. I discovered that in this game. Mr. Sholmes. Who did you hear that name from? My client. Blech. Said Mr. Sholmes was with the police when they entered his lodgings. Fiddle faddle. Saying fiddle faddle in an American accent though is just so wrong. It should be British, you know? Hang on. I'm gonna actually pause. How to do a British accent. Okay. To adopt the British accent, drop the R sound after vowels. Car becomes caw. Clearly enunciate T sounds, bottle, not bottle, and shorten vowel sounds, keeping a more relaxed jaw using a schraw sound for unstressed vowels and practicing specific phrases. Okay, okay. Non-roticity. No rotisserie? They have no rotisserie in British? That's crazy. Hard, better, hard. Here. Little, better, water, bottle. O. Rounded or made into O sounds. Thought, saw, door. O. Thought, saw, door. Thought, saw, door. This is not a British accent. This thing's leading me astray. This is BS. The right of blah blah and spirit of justice, but can't do a British accent. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I don't know where he gets this information from, but he turns up at the scene of the crime, wanders around, Okay, you're gonna have to let me have a bad accent until I have a good one. Shut the fuck up, okay? You need to let me have a bad accent for a few text boxes until we get to the good one, okay? You need to let me workshop this. I'm not gonna, you think the Wright brothers were flying double-deckers Airbus 380s? Nah, man. That shit flew like 20 feet. Wanders round spouting incomprehensible rubbish. Before you know it, he claims to have solved the case. That's not quite it. Not quite it. He's a great help to Scotland Yard, though, isn't he? Gibble gabble. Ever seen this before? Yes, well, that wonderful publication, as you put it, sees fit to include several of the Yard's detectives in its stories. And the so-called Great Detective makes a mockery of all of us. You ask anyone at the Yard... At the Yard? Fuck, dude. I had it for like a second and then it slipped away. If you ask... I don't even know how to how to talk normally anymore. If you ask anyone at the Yard, it's a misadventure to be included in any Herlock Sholmes tale at all. We walk our socks off, every one of us, only to be frumped by the public thanks to that obnoxious detective. Man's as dangerous to us at Scotland Yard as he is to all our criminals. It's gone away. It's gone away. It started and it went away. It started and it went away. Fuck, dude. My accent. My beautiful British accent. Make a suggestion. I want Gregson's superpower too. The never unlimited... I know. We talked about this. I wanted to so fucking bad. The sound it makes... The fact that they added sound effects to Ace Attorney games is the most devastating thing to my appetite. Yep. We must speak with him about this. Herlock. They'd blame Mr. Sholmes for all this. Yeah, makes him an involved party in the case. Not simply my selfish desire to meet with Mr. Sholmes again. Not simply, but not your desire to meet with him. It's Baker Street. Yeah, they really do just straight up publish his fucking whole address in that, by the way. That's kind of crazy. It's in the stories, of course. 221B Baker Street. And I'm assuming we're gonna start living there now, too. In Dr. Wilson's place, maybe? Because I'm assuming he died. Sholmes's. Yeah, I know a new location has been added. The fuck? That's never popped up before.
Thank you very much.
It's just up there overlooking the street. Good day.
Thanks again. This is it. The residence of Mr. Herlock Sholmes.
Ah, yes. Anime exclusive case from the original? What do you mean anime exclusive case? Is where the great detective makes his living. Who let us in? He did, presumably? Oh, right. I just remembered. The little girl that came to get the Lestrade girl at the end of the previous case has to be related to Herlock Sholmes somehow, because the design she had for her machinery was very similar to the design that Herlock Sholmes had for his. Not included in the games. Oh. You mean like for the anime that they released, there's a case in there that isn't anywhere in the games? I've been kind of waiting to finish these. I know the anime does not cover this at all, but I don't want my life to uniquely be Ace Attorney. So when I'm done with all of the Ace Attorney games, which is coming up, I'm going to watch the anime in my own time. Suppose there must have been, yes. Detective chases the villain relentlessly as he disappears into the fog down an unlit London street. Oh, the thrill of it, the romanticism. Can't you feel your heart thumping in your chest? Can't you? Fun fact, I can feel my heart beating in my chest always, because I have a really powerful heart. Damn. I'll just stand here and soak up the atmosphere for a while longer. Okay. She is a fangirl. Where is my man, Herlock Sholmes? He isn't home. Is anybody home? Oh, do we have a visitor? Yep. Hello. It's a big new case for Mr. Sholmes. I know you. How rude of me. I'll go and make some tea at once. It's the same girl. Is she going to be... What's the name? What's the name? The lady that lives in the same building and helps with managing stuff. The queen, not the fucking queen. No, she's like Mrs. something. She's like the lady that lives there, and Mrs. Hudson, thank you. Okay, no. King of Bohemia came to this very room to ask Mr. Sholmes to take on his case. King Willem Gottfried Sigismund von Ormstein, of course. Look over there. Tea's brewed. I have a freshly baked cake as well. I'll have a cake. Taking that with you as well. So is this girl somehow related to Sherlock Holmes as well? Because she acted like she knew about her. And beyond the level of just a thief that happened to steal a gun from her. Maybe it was just that, to be fair. But she was talking about her a little familiarly, it seemed like. Girl who turned up at this end of Mr. McGilded's trial, yeah. Never met a lawyer from the Far East before. Or you, having to get straight to work when you're only just arrived in London. Okay, a little accent is coming in. Well, try this tea. It's my special blend, you know? A fragrant yet mellow flavor. Hooray, it's a winner! Tried blending different leaves designed to alleviate fatigue, you see. You must be exhausted after your long voyage here. You have another ticklish trial tomorrow. I want you to defend a Japanese man. I do wish you lots and lots of luck. How do you know all of that? I think when it's like a softer voice or a female voice, I can do that a lot easier. But when it's like the gruff male voice, I can't do that at all in a British accent for some reason. Oh, you know Hurley, do ya? Oh, Hurley is Herlock? Mr. Sholmes was a fellow passenger on the boat. Yeah. Was he really? Well, I had no idea. I'm afraid Hurley's out on an errand again today, even though he's just returned from overseas. Uh-huh. How on earth does she know so much? Did she deduce all those things? Why is she here? Oh, silly me. I haven't introduced myself, have I? Aw. Wait, the little heart between the goggles. It's a great pleasure to meet you. My name's Iris Wilson. Oh. Are you the Dr. Wilson? Then. Francisca Curtsy. Yeah, it's very much a Francisca Curtsy. Are you the Dr. Wilson? Or are you the daughter of the Dr. Wilson that was in Japan that got killed? I live here together with Hurley. What a lovely name. How old are you, Iris? 10? Wow. She has a degree in medicine and is a author of a popular series of short stories. This is Dr. Wilson? This is Dr. Wilson? Crazy. Oh, wait, this can't be. Did you say that your name is Wilson? Yes, that's right. What are your names? You know our names. Oh, sorry. Mr. Naruhodo's judicial assistant, Susaru Mikotoba. Lovely. Susie and Runo. Got it. Susie and Runo. Runo is pretty cute. Susie is also pretty cute. So do I. I bet you do. Converse. You we ran into yesterday at the Old Bailey. Yes, that's right. You were ever so helpful. Thank you so much. Dude, I have the accent. I have to lock that part of my brain away. Read-only memory. We cannot overwrite this part. At the time, we did have a rather large gun pointed at us. This one. Damn. Like this? Yeah, like that. Don't do that. Left with Miss Lestrade in tow. Gina Lestrade. Oh, Ginny. Yeah, she's a professional pickpocket. It was very naughty of her to pinch my invention like that. Exactly, so I followed her, you see, to get it back. Perhaps I should think about fitting a self-destruct mechanism in my inventions. Anyway, I brought Ginny back here after that, so she could apologize to my trusty technician. Is it a robot? Hurley, of course. Hurley is your technician? Yes, Herlock. Herlock Sholmes. We live here together. Daughter? Not likely. I wouldn't call him Hurley if he was my father, would I? Well, I expect you found out that lodgings of any kind in London are very expensive. So the solution is to share the cost with a partner, a roommate. They were roommates. And at last this year, Oh no, they're not around. Mm-hmm. Are you the Dr. Wilson? I'm a very great fan of the adventures of Herlock Sholmes, and oh, you have a copy of Rance magazine? Uh-huh. Oh, this is so exciting. My stories are being read on the other side of the world. That's right. Hurley is always solving such amazing cases, you see. He tells me all about them. They really are quite fascinating. It'd be such a shame if I was the only one who ever heard them, don't you think? Last night, he was telling me all about a new case he just solved on a steamship, traveling from a faraway land. I was just in the middle of typing up the manuscript for the next issue before you came. Yes, I'll let you in on a secret if you like. I'm gonna call this latest adventure The Speckled Band. Of course, I always change one or two details in the stories, here and there. This time, I had the idea of making a venomous snake be the cause of all the trouble. She actually does do the little... Yes, and of course I know that a snake might not be credible fit for the facts of the case exactly, but it's a story. Some poetic license is justified to make it more thrilling, I think, don't you? They are all kind of exaggerated. All written by me. Yes, on my wonderful and very modern typewriter. Written by the Doctor of Medicine, Dr. John H. Wilson. Ah, yes, that's me. I mean, my name really is Wilson. Doctor of Medicine. That's all true, too. I am a Doctor of Medicine. At 10 years old. Damn, this girl. English gentleman. Ah, yes. I did alter the setting slightly for the stories to be more compelling. They do. What? Yeah. Well, Susato really fucking, you know, pulled down his pants in front of God and everyone when she was like, well, first, snakes don't drink milk. Second of all, they don't have ears. Third of all, it couldn't have climbed up the freaking bell thing. And he's like, okay. Great detective with a 10-year-old girl in tow. Suppose it does, yeah. About before. Yes, yes. What's on your mind, Reno? Do tell me. That I was a lawyer and we just arrived in London. Oh, that's what you mean. Of course, I'd be delighted. Although, there's really no mystery. Now, let's begin. Deduction spectacular. Iris Wilson is proud to present her logic and reasoning spectacular. Oh my goodness. First of all, I knew already you were a lawyer, Reno. After all, I met you yesterday at the Old Bailey in the defendant's antechamber. We'd only just arrived in London. I observed the passport and travel ticket protruding from your breast pocket. I was reasonably confident you must have only just arrived in the country. On top of that, you accepted a case against that particular prosecutor, telling me you were unaware of London's court affairs. Yeah. And I noticed a red ink stamp on the back of Susie's hand. You were given that when you visited the local prison to meet with a suspect, weren't you, earlier today? I used those stamps to keep a close eye on comings and goings, you see. A red stamp is only used for people visiting foreign inmates. That told me, even though you had only yesterday concluded the trial for Magnus McGilded, two of you had already had cause to visit a foreign inmate at a local prison. However, neither of you was wearing a particularly sad expression on your face, so I concluded the prisoner was unlikely to be a friend or a relative. Led me to believe you must have accepted a new case. Damn. She is the actual deduction. Herlock is actually unnecessary. How could you have known the trial's tomorrow? Well, having barely been home a few hours yesterday, Hurley solved yet another case. Obviously amused them, told me he'd caught a Japanese man who was bawling and trembling. Mr. Natsume. Indeed. Now, Runo has that fancy Japanese sword. I think your outfit is called a kimono, isn't it, Susie? Anyway, it was clear to me you both come from Japan yourselves. I put two and two together and decided you must be defending the Japanese man Harley caught. There was only one conclusion those facts could lead me to. You both came here to ask Harley about the case. There's a note on the mantelpiece that says the man's trial will be tomorrow. Harley is always stabbing his notes with a knife, you know. He is silly. And that's all there was to it, really. Thank you for listening. I'm Iris Wilson, and that was one of my great deductions. That was actually flawless. Actually flawless. Herlock Sholmes stepped the fuck aside. Lovely TED Talk, honestly. I didn't like it because I don't get to dance around with her. They were spot on. Truly a great deduction. Yeah, the certain something of Mr. Sholmes' delivery. Oh well, I was just copying Harley's style for that. The music's kinda popping. Could you tell us about the case, please? Yesterday, Mr. Sholmes apprehended a Japanese man. Yes. Harley had just arrived back in London after a sea voyage, but the police were waiting for him at the railway station to take him directly to the crime scene. Apparently, a woman was stabbed on a quiet street somewhere in town. There were witnesses who had seen a short, shifty-looking, stooped man running away from the scene. There were witnesses after all. Hurley used his great deductive powers to determine the man's address. It was a lodging room very nearby. He went directly there with the police, and what did they find? A short, shifty-looking, stooped man shivering in fear. Yeah, tomorrow is too soon for the trial. I don't know about that. Maybe they're running on the dark age of the law system. Hurley says London is rife with crime. Scotland Yard's doing its best, but they can't stay on top of it, apparently. That's why they can't afford to spend too much time investigating cases and trying the criminals in court. Staff and money are both short. Criminals are usually pinned on the first suspicious person. My English accent has fled me. It's gone. I'm floundering. I'm trying to find it. Where did it go? It went away. I don't even know what kind of accent I was doing then, but it was nothing. It was made up. It was nothing. Harsh reality of the workings of the world's greatest justice system. As soon as she deduced me, dude, she picked me fucking apart. And then my accent disappeared. Thank you for answering so many of our questions, Iris. This has been very informative. Oh, you're most welcome. I've had so much fun. I've had so much fun. It's gone. It's fucking gone. Where was the British accent? I had it, dude. It was good. It was good. Fuck. We'd like to ask him some questions about the case. I expect Harley is still investigating the scene. Yes, Mr. Natsume. Harley said he was going to the man's lodgings. If you leave now, you'll probably catch him there. Okay. Well, I imagine the police are still investigating the scene of the crime themselves, aren't they? Did you happen to come across a detective by the name of Gregson when you were there? Ah, goody. Ah, goody? Goody, okay. Ah, goody. In that case, give Grexy this from me, would ya? Could you do that? I'm sure he'll tell you what you want to know. Tell the gentleman in black whatever he wants to know. I trust that won't be a problem. Dang. Does she have something over Scotland Yard? Good luck then. Good. Gonna turn to writing my manuscript, The Speckled Band. I'll be making most special blends of tea. Come back again soon. Okay. She's got little special blends of tea and stories where she's about to keep me out of that story, by the way. One of the world's heaviest silver coins. Dang. Oh, we've got a save spot already? We're barely an hour and a half into this. This is very generous, isn't it? Where is my man Herlock? Actually, no, we need to get to Gregson and give him this stuff. Uh-huh. When it started like da-da, da-da, I got so excited. I don't know why that we were getting like older music, but apparently not. Inspector Gregson, do you have a moment? Sorry to say I don't. I'm a very busy man. Much too busy to talk to a pair of foreign gadabouts, that's for sure. From Miss Iris Wilson. For me, from her ladyship. Give that here at once. Her ladyship. Still have a crown, obviously. It's a lot more than that. It's an appearance fee, that's what it is. Pays you to be in the books. For the adventures of Herlock Sholmes. Her ladyship always offers me a little financial reward for featuring me every time. Using my name without my say-so does make me the butt of a lot of unpleasant jokes, but still. Okay, okay. What do you want to know then, eh? Tell the gentleman in black whatever he wants to know. I trust that won't be a problem, it says. Obviously, it's not a problem. Go on, fire away. Wow. The address of his lodgings. Yeah. Lives in a right old hovel just over there. The bricked up building. Okay, bricked up. You know what I mean. The windows are bricked over. Not bricked up. Like... yeah, the building that's popped the stiffy over there. yes, yes, yeah. Sorry, hang on, sorry. Landlord is a Mr. John Garadeb. John Garadeb. You see her again, make sure you give her ladyship my regards. You tell her Gregson says his very best wishes. Wow. Seaman Stroganoff. We are, dude. Seaman Stroganoff. What was the quote from yesterday that you ended up not adding because you didn't know what it was? I have forgotten what it was. Can we just go? Yeah, I know, a new location. I don't like the pop-up. I forgot as soon as I said it. Valid. Wow. Dude, he's got a whole cannon in here. Oh. May I help you? Mr. John Garadeb? Indeed it would, sir. Who may I say is calling? Representing Mr. Soseki Natsume. Oh. Was that a surprise or happiness on her face? It seems like happiness. One moment, please. I shall convey the message to Mr. Garadeb. That guy with the spiky hair and the spiky... Oh my god. If this is Mr. Garadeb, he better not be related to fucking Larry Butts with that spiky hair. That's all I'm saying. Is that a spiky hair or is that a spiky hat? I can't quite tell. Anyone of standing in English society employs a number of household staff. This place is pretty unkempt to be, you know, to have someone that is staff in it. Thank you for waiting. Mr. Garrett, we'll see you now. This way. Oh. No, it's just his gob. Straight up. Can I? There's a whole lot of broken pottery and so on this side. There's pastries, but they are falling off of this. There's a little chandelier. And that's not a chandelier. Candelabra. Candelabra? Candelabra. Chandelier is on the ceiling. Candelabra is this stuff. With 3 candles, but one is missing, and it's right here on the floor. There's all of this war memorabilia, looks like, but it's all crooked. It gives the impression of a man who likes the image of military stuff, but none of the rigor. If that makes sense. Good day to you. I'm John Garrideb at your service. At our service? Okay, cool. Do excuse me not getting up. Took a shot to the knee a few years back in the Battle of Mayawant. You don't, you know? Exactly, yeah. Earned a medal for my pains. Had to withdraw from service. Headed over the reins through the up-and-comings. Hell of a job getting up and down stairs now, I can tell you. Don't get out much, as you can imagine. Well, Mr. Garrideb, no doubt you are very courageous to earn yourself a medal. Oh, it was nothing. Medal's just a Polaroid, really. Wouldn't like to offend the general, though, so I grudgingly displayed it on this wall. Why don't you fetch it down, Joan? Like these good people see it properly. Don't fetch the... Ow. Dash it all, woman. Be careful. Dearie me, I do beg your pardon, sir. Okay, they're a comedy duo. Got it. I shall be more careful, sir. To know about the chap lodging downstairs. Yes. He has the downstairs and you have the upstairs, even though you can't deal with stairs? That's kind of crazy. Especially if it helps to keep the peace here in Blighty. Ew, you're steering it with a pipe? We forged an alliance with the Empire of Japan recently, as I'm sure you're aware. This case is very much in the public eye, as it were. Even had some famous detective poking around, you know, in his old house, would you believe? Yeah. Mr. Herlock Sholmes. Could have been, didn't catch the chap's name, not really my cup of tea, all that detective business. No, okay, so he does care about it. Again, the image of someone that cares about the image and the status of being a soldier, but none of the rigor, you know? It's all a convenient sort of facade of look at me, aren't I classy, aren't I brave, I was a soldier, I took a bullet. But he lives quite sloppily, it looks like. Could we go to the room? It's a bally nuisance is what it is. Whole neighborhood's twitching its curtains now. Don't like all this fuss, it's jolly unsettling. A Japanese chap. Only been lodging here for a week. Just a week, wow. I have 2 lodgers most of the time, one on the ground floor and one just below us. First floor room became available a week ago. Does she not want him to say something? Hang on. There'd been what? There'd been what? I thought he was a shady sort from the moment I set eyes on him. Dude, she's got jiggle physics. Damn. Seems to have a most nervous disposition, always shaking and looking over his shoulder. Man, that's shady, written across his sweat-soaked brow, if you ask me. Said to myself, Joan, that man is trouble. Sooner or later, he's gonna do something untoward. I'm rarely wrong about anything. Yes, oh yes, indeed there was. It's 3 legs, honestly. The Shady Lodger. Shady Lodger sounds like the name of a Sherlock Holmes adventure. Had you noticed anything else at all about your lodger, Mr. Natsume? Oh my word, yes, the man was shadier than an orchard. Okay. I'll take the man's room, absolutely stuffed full of books it is, more than anyone could ever read. Never so much as passes the time of day with another living soul. Haven't seen a single visitor call. He just trots off to that old bookshop every single day and comes back at 5 to light up the gas fire. Funny little man is up long past the time everyone else in the house has gone to bed too. So he's just an introvert that likes reading. Goes to bed around 9 each night. I've never known that Japanese fellow to retire any earlier than 2 in the morning. But you are up at 2 in the morning too, to notice that. How do you know so much about Mr. Natsume's routine? I understood that neither of the lodgers live on this floor. And they're both below. Is he sweating too? The way the little droplet starts right here, but it's cut off. How is that you know so much about the lives of your lodgers? The precise times they come back in the evening, for example, the times they go to bed. They spy on them, do they? Or something like that. Or do they use their routines to steal from their lodgers? I don't know, some dodgy stuff, yeah. The incident took place at around 5 in the evening. I happened to look out the window at around that time. The window over there looks out over Briar Road. Was there anyone suspicious loitering nearby? 5 o'clock is dinner time and they get rid of 5 o'clock dinner. Dude, I thought I was having dinner early. I have dinner normally, if I'm not streaming, like 6:30, 7, and I thought that was hella early. These people having dinner at 5? 5? I'm afraid I don't remember seeing anything. How about you, Joan? No, sir. It would have been dusk outside or already at that hour. I think it would have been quite impossible to see the other side of the road. I've always had dinner at 6. Well, I'm from Spain, and in Spain we have dinner at 9, earliest. Did you notice anything else out of the ordinary then? Anything at all, even if it seems unrelated. How do you not get acid reflux? I don't know. It's just how we do it. We have lunch at 2. Around that sort of time in here. There. Well, yeah. Can we get this lady out of the fucking place, man? I'm awfully sorry, sir. Mr. Narrow Hollow. I have an exceedingly good memory, and as far as I remember, nothing of any significance took place here at that hour. Nothing at all. Sounded like there might have been. As I was saying, it was just a trifling matter, really. Nothing of... Can this lady stop? This is not funny anymore. This is just annoying. Nothing happened. We sat down to a quiet, uneventful meal. Huh, Joan? That's right, Mr. Garrideb. Something happened in this room. Talk to me about Mr. Natsume's room. I'm realizing when we get this little flickers without people in it, that it looks like that candle on the floor may have started a fire. And they're covering it with that folding screen. But there's a big brown patch on the ground there. Just below is on the first floor. Yeah, see right there. Mr. Sholmes is investigating there as we speak. Told me that's his name. I had asked him to look into the matter, so I gave him the key. That is a lie for sure. We are his lawyers, so don't see why not. Just down one flight of stairs. Okay. Let's go. Yeah, we can speak with Mr. Sholmes again. You fangirl. See? See, the carpet's all like burned and stuff. Can I look at that? I can look at the screen, but not the burned patch on the ground, so I don't know if there's gonna be anything relevant there. Let's just move. Yes. Mr. Natsume's room. Wow. He's got a little calico cat. Oh my goodness. That's a precious little cat. He's been here for a week, by the way. It's so musty in here. Suppose it's the mountains of old books. I suppose. Having an open flame with all of these books around seems like a bad idea. Looks like my room. Damn. You know, it looks oddly cozy. I will say that. Like, getting, you know, in this little nook here, in a blanket, this little light, all the books. Like, that, you could definitely enjoy yourself here. So dark in here, too, because the window's bricked up. It was the window once upon a time. It's been closed up with bricks and mortar. I keep saying bricked up. But it is. It's not boarded up. It's bricked up. Yeah, we going with bricked up again. What else can I say? What else can I say? It's not boarded up. It's bricked up. Right? What else can I say? According to Mr. Garrett told us, great detective should be around here somewhere investigating. Examine, and then are we gonna be able to scan and be like, oh, I guess he's not here. No, 100% he's like under the pile of books. He almost reached the ceiling with a candle just chilling on top. This volume of books to hand, you'd never be short of reading material, would you? What are all these balled up papers in the trash can? I don't imagine the book that's at the bottom of the pile now would likely be read again. Just as this tea ceremony teaches us, it's a once-in-a-lifetime thing. I see. Just a random candle chilling on top. That seems pretty bad. IMO. The bricked up window. Would you even call this a window? I don't think so. It was a window at one time, after all. Yeah, but, you know, I could call California Mexico, because it was at one time, but why would anyone deliberately brick it up like that? See? Bricked up. Thank you. Why would anyone deliberately brick it up like that? Painted the brick design on in a fit of whimsy. You're thinking that's glass? And like a ventilation in here makes the place very oppressive. I'm assuming when we look at that cat, it's when we're gonna get our little thing. We're doing things backwards. What do you think? What do you mean we're doing things backwards? Yeah, Mr. Natsume didn't bring that Maneki Neko all the way from Japan with him. What does Maneki Neko mean? I know Neko means cat, but what does Maneki mean? Stroganoff first and got bricked up afterwards. That's true. No, Miss Dharma doll, you brought in your luggage. Oh. Beckon good luck to him. It did beckon good luck. It brought us. Hello, cat. Oh my goodness. It's so precious. What an adorable little cat. Disappeared into that pile of books as quick as a flash. Tricolor Mike. What does Mike mean? A calico cat? Yeah. They are fucking, they exist. It's made me feel homesick now. Okay. I'm guessing it's his workstation we need to look at. Seems to be wedged into a crevasse between the mountains of books on either side. While stroking his cat. Aw. He must have done, mustn't he? What's this? A receipt. Your books. And the date, 2 days ago, 4:45 p.m. Okay. So he must have been carrying books. He must have been carrying books when it happened. What's that thing in the back? Some sort of meter on the wall. Looks very robust. Some gas, probably. Yeah. Seems there is piped gas in this district, which consumers pay for by putting coins in the meter. Oh, you put coins in and then you get gas. That would be enough gas to use the lights in the gas fire for the whole night. That's right, as would a rich man who only carried crisp white notes. That's crazy. That's kind of insane, isn't it? Is there anything else? Is he not around? Oh, there he is. Okay. I had to interact with the cat first, I bet. Or maybe find the evidence. There he is, my man. Seems to be engrossed in the pages of an old book. Hello, Mr. Sholmes. Ah, you too? Good day. Now, let me see. Where was it that we met? We're together on the SS Buria. Yes, of course, the Buria. And let me see what happened on that voyage. Yeah. Kazuma Asogi died. Ah, yes, but of course, the case of Mr. Asogi. It was the one with the snake, wasn't it? He is kind of an idiot, isn't he? Oh, no, no, my dear madam, hold your tongue. Pride myself on my superior powers of recollection. Your names are safely recorded in my brain attic. That's his mind palace, the brain attic, and Mr. Susato. Yeah, the other way around. I lose the first round. Cute. I hope to invite you both to my Baker Street suite the day we arrived in London, but some Scotland Yarders ambushed me at the railway station and whisked me away to a crime scene. It was an entirely trivial case, of course. I solved the matter in no more than 30 minutes. I'm afraid the pursuance of a new case has dulled my recollection of my past involvements a little. It is a mistake to think that one's brain attic has elastic walls and can distend to any extent. I do my best to forget useless facts, lest they should elbow out the useful ones. Yes, those are my own words of inimitable wisdom, you know, from an adventure entitled A Study in Scarlet. I don't always remember my pearls of wisdom, but fortunately my associate pens them beautifully. Yes, about the trivial case, because we are representing the guy. I should be only too pleased, and this murky room is an apt place to discuss the murky case. Okay, so let's present my attorney's badge. Did you know I'm a full-on attorney now? If I am to unleash my deductive powers on that trinket, I must ask for a sum of £3 in cash. Wow, that's crazy. He wants to stand on the stage amid rapturous applause. I could not have guessed. A theater kid? You? Never. We know this to be the lodgings of a Japanese foreign student by the name of Soseki Natsume. You assisted in his arrest, Mr. Sholmes? For the stabbing of a young woman outside here on Briar Road. I believe it was a name rather along those lines. I'm sorry, Miss Susato, but I have not the slightest idea what you mean. I assure you, I'm not merely feigning ignorance. It would appear as if the pair of you are under some misapprehension. I assure you have no recollection of accusing your stooped compatriot of the crime. That keeps being the trope, isn't it? He points to a guy and then they arrest him and they're like, you did it. And he's like, I just pointed to a guy. I didn't say he did shit. I was just finding a guy. The good detective of Scotland Yard made the following request of me, and I quote verbatim. We need you to ascertain the identity and whereabouts of a man seen fleeing the crime scene. There were a number of books scattered on the pavement at the scene. From the book plates, I was quickly able to determine the bookshop from which they had been purchased. On speaking with the proprietor, I was immediately led to this address. Elementary, wouldn't you say? You don't think he's the culprit? That I could not tell you. But it was aggravating my faculties, hence why I returned here. This place is such a trove of fascinating books, I find myself quite lost in bibliophily. Do not be deceived into believing that I'm a man of leisure. No, no, no. Okay, what about the landlord? Have you encountered the landlord of these lodgings? It was the first time I ever met a soldier from the great British institution that is the services. I do apologize. As you may well be aware, many households in London employ a maid. Yes. And so conversely, whether or not a household employs a maid has come to betoken the social standing of those dwelling therein. Put simply, my dear fellow, those who employ at least a single maid are considered middle class. Those who do not are beneath that. In the upper echelons of society, of course, households employ enough staff to constitute a large family. As you can appreciate, for those on the precarious boundary between the middle and lower classes, being able to afford just one maid is of the first importance. Even if it is a pretty bad maid. I find great stimulation in the situation upstairs, specifically in the retired army veteran, Mr. John Garadeb. Affable as he is, the fellow is hiding something. Whether or not it imposes on the circumstances of his case, I am yet unable to ascertain. What about the room? This room is thoroughly suffocating for the soul, my dear fellow. I assure you, any man whose lot is to dwell in a place such as this will stab somebody sooner or later. Damn. But sooner or later, as I said. About this dark little room. Why is there no longer a window? No window? But it's blocked with bricks. It's been bricked up, Mr. Holmes. Mr. Sholmes. Window tax. Window tax is a thing? Precisely that. Until relatively recently, a tax was levied on households in this country by the number of their windows. Those of lesser means, having inherited a sizable and costly family home perhaps, rapidly closed windows up, while the rich opened windows here, there, and everywhere, in an effort to curry favor with those in power by furnishing them with large sums of tax money. Window tax is crazy. Some 40 years ago or thereabouts, the window tax was abolished. But its legacy remains, as you can see, in squalid lodgings such as these. Wow, window tax. Is that for real a thing? That seems crazy enough to be a for real thing. I've done a little digging and discovered that these lodgings were offered an extraordinarily low price. For real? Wow, that's crazy. That is insane. It's such a weird way to because they're using the number of windows as a indicator of wealth, presumably, right? Assuming 1 or maybe 2 windows per room. Yeah, but it's such a wild way to go about it. Bigger house equals more window. Exactly. Except not necessarily. And people that live in the fucking weird edge cases, it's like, because it's that one thing. What is it? Like, when the measuring stick or when the measure becomes the goal, it stops being a good measure, right? If you use windows as a way to indicate how big a house is or how valuable a house is, the measure of how many windows are in the house becomes the goal, you know? How many windows are in the house, which means you can manipulate the number of windows to manipulate the value of the house, which means if you're a poor person, you have to go without natural light. And I have to assume by that token, you probably have to rely on other sources of light, such as this gas lamp with the little coin there. So, like, it's damned if you do, damned if you don't. That's when you get bricked up. Exactly, that's when you get bricked up. That emote is tiny. What the fuck? As of little relevance here, matter not worthy of further attention. I believe I've told you all I can now. Ah, yes, Mr. Naruhodo, was it not your intention to become a practitioner of law? And I did. Will you perhaps be offering your services in this very matter, I wonder? To the occupant of this room, Mr. Natsume, was it? Not sure. Why not sure? Really? Well then, I congratulate you, sir, on an ambition realized, and so promptly too. Really made me question things. Am I right to believe in my clients, to trust in their innocence? Trust. Mr. Natsume didn't do it, did he? How could he know? My dear fellow, I haven't the first idea. And that's why you were here. Yes, that was indeed my initial intention, but there are simply too many fascinating books here. I couldn't possibly ignore them. There are two facts I can state quite unequivocally. The man who fled the scene of the crime 2 days ago was the Japanese occupant of this room, and there are witnesses who swear having seen the same man commit the crime. Yeah, but that's, that's my bread and butter, dude. My first case, people who swore having seen me commit the crime. My second case, people who swore having seen Mr. McGilded commit the crime. It's just, listen, I deal in that. And one more thing. Cannot say with any certainty whether or not it is of relevance to this case, but I'm quite sure the retired army man who owns this property is hiding something. Yeah, we knew this. At present, that is really all that plays on my mind in relation to this case. We have uncovered nothing. Probe a little deeper into his secret. I wish you every success, of course, Mr. Naruhodo. Could we come live with you in 221B Baker Street, by the way? Just a little aside. We have no money. We haven't been to this place in a while. It's crazy because she's like, we haven't been to this place in a while. We literally were just here. You pair again. Tell me, was the detective chap, I forget his name, still hard at work down there? Sherlock Holmes. Ah, yes. Rings a vague bell. All that detective business isn't really my thing, I'm afraid. He's in his element down there. Jolly good show. Another cup of tea, if you please, Joan. Now then. For the umpteenth time, woman, will you watch while you're bally well doing? Yes, of course. Frightfully rude of me, but I'm afraid I shall have to ask you to take your leave if you'd be so kind. Deeply grateful for all your assistance. Not at all, not at all. Don't get much chance to talk with young foreigners like yourselves. It's been a pleasure. Best of luck and all that. Perhaps you could see yourselves out. I just saw this man's ass pop up. Hello? Does he have a gun? Dude, he just got a gun. That's crazy. Ah, we meet again, my dear fellows. When did you sneak in here? Harlock Sholmes, sir, at your service. I think the right side of his face is fine. I think the shading just makes it look red. I thought he had some kind of injury there. I am given to watching the evening sky as the sun sets, madam. Yet sadly, cheerful as the room downstairs undoubtedly is, it lacks an aperture for such observation. So I took the liberty of borrowing a small corner of space by the window up here. And one other thing, Mr. Naruhodo. Thought perhaps you might be in need of a certain great detective's great mind. Oh, the deduction spectacular. There is a mighty secret in this modest room. May I see even the most trivial of trifles? I take it you're prepared, Mr. Naruhodo. There's just time enough for one of my greatly admired great deductions. Hell yeah, I love a great deduction. Mr. Garadeb, it would seem you are a military man of considerable distinguished service. Your standing as a landlord is most certainly not what one might call first rate. I'm afraid, sir, it is all too clear to me. There are two conclusions I have been able to draw by careful observation in your living arrangements. The first is that even as we speak, you are concealing the presence of a ferocious beast in your care. And the second is that as a result of the beast's violent rampage, you have lost something very dear to you. How could I possibly know? You mean to inquire? The answer couldn't be simpler, sir, for in the dense jungle of logic and reasoning, I am the king of beasts. If it's another cat, if it's the cat downstairs, if it's another cat. Shall we begin? Logic and reasoning spectacular. Topic 1. Nature of the beast. Yeah, baby. Certainly shouldn't take a great detective to see that a fearsome beast has been on the rampage of late within these four walls. Thus, we are faced with the question, what form might this beast take? He looks over there, and he's gonna be like lion. For a man with a military breeding, your eyes are uncommonly candid. Your furtive glance, Mr. Garadeb, leads us directly to the answer. The true nature of the beast that runs rampant here is revealed by the lion statue. Though an army man, you appear unimposing at best, a fact that has fueled your admiration for the mighty lion, the king of the beasts. In the end, your admiration became so great, in fact, you had a living, breathing specimen shipped from India, which you try to keep in this very house. He's got a slap in his face, actually. Yet living with such a wild beast proved more difficult than you had imagined. The chilling traces of a wild rampage are still very much in evidence. Yet as we look around, the beast in question fails to present itself. Where could this angry creature have disappeared to? Madam? Me? I pray you do not consider me unchivalrous, but it is plain to me with one glance in your direction. Your dress pocket gives us a handsome clue as to the beast's current whereabouts. Protruding from it is a handbill advertising a circus show. Batty's Circus. They didn't call it the Very Big Circus or something like that? Or something, you know, they could have played off of that. Just saying. You sold the savage lion, sir, to the circus troupe. I believe I've made my point. That's still the first deduction. We still have to do the fucking second one. They take so long, dude. They're so nice, but before I get involved, it takes so long. Oh, I just realized this is an H and an S for Herlock Sholmes. Now, Mr. Garadeb, it's only clear you still have deep feelings for this formidable beast. Indeed, in that blithe post, the distress this loss has caused you is veritably tangible. Your head weighs heavy on your shoulders, the pain you feel being revealed by the supporting arm. No, you let your beloved beast go. The strain of losing something so dear to you is clearly visible in your visage. What, we must now ask ourselves, is the true cause of this pain? We need only follow the direction of your gaze to find the answer. The pile of bills. Every envelope contains another demand for payment. For cartloads of meat, potatoes, wheat, and tea. Indeed, feeding your beloved has had a devastating impact on the financial circumstances of your household. So you had no choice but to let it go. In a final fit of rage, the ferocious beast carried out one last unimaginable attack. The aftermath of which can be clearly seen by observing the carpet over there. Very expensive woolen carpet, if I'm not mistaken. What could have caused such a destructive outburst? This time, madam, I'm afraid it is you who has inadvertently revealed the truth to me. Your wandering eye has settled upon the answer very neatly indeed. We need only look at the Tower of Cakes. I don't know about that. Then a beast with an unsatiated appetite. Was it or was it not once said by a certain noblewoman, if they have no bread, let them eat cake? It was once said by a certain noblewoman, presumably. Food is at the heart of all tragedy, in fact. Having tired of the taste of cake, the beast began to stalk its next prey. Sure, I need not spell out the nature of this final act of destruction. The lion attacked and ate the carpet. Wow. That's pretty bad even by your standards, dude. There's a candle right there on the floor and it's charred as hell. Everyone's like, I'm sorry, Mr. Garridim. I'm afraid I didn't notice. Like snakes don't drink milk. Well, it is made of wool. And lions eat sheep. Eat sheep. So presumably they eat wool too? Right? That's how that works, right? If you eat sheep and sheep make wool, you can eat wool. Ergo. My revelations can make people spill tears at times too. Heard to butt in again, but could I make an observation? Gotta fix them. Indeed, it is the only explanation for the facts. Terrifying truth all too often lies beyond the realms of common sense. Would have been hurt or worse. Yes. Former military man held his own against the beast using that large cannon. I don't believe I've ever heard of a lion that drinks tea. Occurs to me with some regularity. Irrespective of race and breeding, whenever anyone lands on Great British soil, they are infused with a highly appropriate taste for afternoon tea. Everyone. Time to fix it. Time to do a little dance. Trusty partner in deduction to step forward. I like how he is aware and very welcoming of the fact that I gotta be in there and fixing it. Uncovering the truth is always worthwhile, and it is very fun. Let's start from the beginning. The correction. Hold it. Oh my god, with the... Okay. This outline looks a little sus, maybe. Uh-huh. That something has been rampaging. And your gaze betrays what it is. So we have to go and fix it. Time for the dance, baby. Time to fix it. We observe. Rather seems as though the best deed indeed run amok here in this room. Well, what was it? Follow the gaze. See what else is around. Photograph frame. The appears to be from Mr. Garrideb's wedding. His wife that ran amok? Something must have struck the glass directly over the woman's face. By the newlywed bride? Newlybred wide? No. The beast that has run rampant. Did the wife leave him? By that newlywed bride. Precisely, Mr. Naruhodo. No other explanation could possibly fit. Oh, was she the victim? This framed print pictures your wife, Mr. Garrideb. And while we lament the fact her face is obscured, we can still make out her mighty arms and know the considerable horsepower they must contain. Indeed, surely any woman of such powerful constitution would be honored to be described as a beast. I don't know about honored, but sure. Too late. The fact remains the beast, which so clearly savaged this room, was your wife, Mr. Garrideb. Chilling traces of a wild rampage are still very much in evidence. Yet as we look around, the beast in question fails to present itself. Where could this angry creature have disappeared to, madam? Yeah. It's not the dress pocket. I don't know about fragile. Okay. There may be a clue as to her whereabouts that she's trying to find. She's just trying to hide. I'm like, yeah, I was about to say, you're the wife, aren't you?
Take that!
They just pretend that she's the maid, so they can pretend to be middle class. Indeed it does. That flowery band gleaming on your finger gives you away. For it is identical to the one shown on the hand of Mr. Garrideb's bride in this photographic print. You are no ordinary household maid. You are Mr. Garrideb's lucky bride. You are Mrs. Garrideb herself. Alright. First thing solved. Jolly fine detecting, sir. This is the wife, yes, my Joan. Rather let herself go, you might say, but she has a bally corker, but whoa. Damn. It would appear you don't live in the most comfortable of circumstances. After all, you are a retired army man, yet you are in the business of renting out rooms. I would assume, therefore, you have insufficient means to employ a maid. I was second lieutenant of the 3rd Regiment. A man has his pride. By golly, it's a sorry thing when a chap can't even afford to have a single maid in his employ. So you make your wife pretend to be your maid, which reasonably makes her quite upset. Hello, dude. Cannot be considered worthy of society if it employs no staff at all. Such concerns about appearances are a folly. Am I right, Mr. Garrideb? Only in company, obviously, but listen here. This must remain a secret. A top secret, please. Nature of the beast. The raging wife of Mr. Garrideb. Now, Mr. Garrideb. Feeling clear, you still have deep feelings for this formidable beast. The distress this loss has caused you is veritably tangible. Your head weighs heavy on your shoulders. The pain you feel being revealed by the slap on your cheek. A supporting arm has some other significance.
Take that!
Yes, the little dance. Your head weighs heavy on your shoulders. The pain you feel being revealed by that slapped cheek. And of course, the deliverer of that impressive mark on your cheek that refuses to fade was you, Madame Joan Garrideb. Oh, yes. You have been desperate to hide the slap mark on your cheek, sir. How did she even land that on him? Because the way it's spread out on his face, it's like this. Sort of the thumb is down here. Which means like it's kind of like a... It would have to be hit this way, which is very uncomfortable. You know? How'd you work that out, man? That's why you haven't looked directly at us even once. To keep your other side from view. Let us proceed to the next conundrum. Why were you subjected to such a violent slap? We must ask ourselves what caused Madame Garrideb to fly into a rage. Follow the direction of her gaze. Not to the stack of bills. To something else in this direction. Probably the book. Was the wife. Damn. Yes, well, she's also a person who gave her husband a mighty slap around the face. I'd love to know the answer to that question. Pile of bills. Oh, the little bookmark with a kiss on it.
Take that!
Okay, I need to look at it first. Okay, I need to look at it first. It's got a kiss mark on it. I got my hubris. Yes. Look at it first. Someone must be reading this book. There's a bookmark here. I don't think this is a bookmark. It's the photograph frame. Oh, James, I love you. Yours, Mary. Lip marks made with lipstick. Yeah. Love note. There we go. So it's updated now to love note. Send. Yes, it is this love note that has given rise to the pain you suffer. Oh, James, I love you. Yours, Mary. Passionate indeed. Perhaps the sender of this note, a certain Miss Mary, is the fly in the ointment here. Damn, another slap, huh? I don't know the bally woman. Don't know her. That note wasn't written to me. It was just in the book. I don't know how it got there. Is it a second-hand book? Did you take it from the guy downstairs? That's what I've been saying, but she won't hear any of it. Isn't here, Joan, old thing. I explained at the time. I bought the book at that second-hand place, so that note must already have been there. Okay. Previous owner of the book was using the note as a bookmark. That's right. That's what I've been... This woman... Heaven's sake, woman. Look at that name. It's written to James. My name, in case you'd forgotten, is John. That's true. Unlikely story. This woman kind of sucks. Arouse the suspicions of the female heart, and you unleash a beast with a most ferocious bite. She kind of sucks, man. In a final fit of rage, the ferocious beast carried out one last unimaginable attack. They both suck. They both kind of suck. Like, you know, he makes her dress as a maid when there's company. But she is also just casually physically abusive to this guy. Tower of Cakes. Nuh-uh. Not the Tower of Cakes. The candle holder.
Take that!
To explain the dire state of the carpet, we need to only look at the candlestick. Most illuminating, my dear fellow, and of course, the only possible way out of this logical labyrinth. Yes, the remnants of a ferocious attack in which the carpet was devoured are clearly visible. Indeed they are. Scorch marks at the edge clearly give the truth away. It would appear this room was the scene of a little marital altercation. Mrs. Garrett's mighty arm muscles left an impression not only on her husband's face, but on the entire room. The force of her strike caused the candle to fall from the holder, and in seconds the carpet was alight and the whole corner of the room in flames. They also have that carpet very close to the roaring fire right now, which doesn't seem like a great, safe thing to do. Most ferocious beast in this world is neither a iron lion nor a vengeful woman, but fire. And in this room, that ferocious beast bared its claws and ran amok. Eloquently put, my dear fellow. So you see, there is but one conclusion here. After the sparks of marital discord flew, this room was the scene of a fire. Mr. Sholmes, sir, I salute you. And then, boom, she goes. Aw. They deserve each other. In a weird, fucked up way, they kind of deserve each other. I don't know what else to say about it. I needed water after all that yapping, man. It's these dashed long winter nights, you know? Nothing to do but read in front of the fire. There's a jolly good second-hand bookshop just around the corner. Buy all my old novels there. In the pages of one particular novel, you discovered some rather illicit material. Yeah. Don't know about admonished. Demolished might be rather closer to the mark. And beast is most certainly an apt... Whoa. Wife bad, am I right, guys? And the carpet? Afraid to say it was. Happened in the blink of an eye, you know? Whole place was filled with smoke. Couldn't see a bally thing. Was caught between the old stick's rage and the raging flame. What time was it? Didn't take long for the fire to spread, of course. The bally furniture started going up as well. We've had to hide the mess behind that screen for the time being. You have nothing more to hide now, if you'll allow me. Oof. Not all my favorite old novels in that case. As soon as the fire got hold of them, that was it. Whoosh, up in smoke. And the wife started hurling things at me. There was I, back against the window, under heavy enemy fire, incendiary books incoming 10 to the dozen. Worth of it is, I lost my favorite book called The Lion's Pride. Ah, yes, your notorious love of big cats coming through again. Title didn't influence my choice in the slightest. They were correct, yeah. It was total carnage, flames everywhere, and the old stick in full fettle. Full of interest. Out of interest, what time of day was that? I'm not sure I can remember. It was 2 days ago now. Around 5 o'clock, I think. The time of the murder. Even more terrifying on the inside, I can assure you. Well, the blighty could have been flattened outside my window at that moment, and I wouldn't have noticed a dash thing. Which means you are not witness. Mr. Sholmes? I think we've got to the bottom of the situation. But what does it have to do? It does. They are the witnesses. Although I knew the retired army man to be hiding something, I could not be sure whether it be of relevance if not. Yep. I mean, he did say it. We can't really hold it against him. He did say it. He did say it. Now, Mr. Naruhodo, you mustn't lose heart. Bear in mind, all things fall into one of two categories, those relevant to the case and those not. That's true. Everything in the universe is either a potato or not a potato. It is of far greater importance that you make up your mind now. Visiting hours at the prison will soon be over, so you have to go and tell him if you are gonna, defend him. And we are gonna defend him. I must prepare supper for Mr. Garadeb. She's sticking to that maid persona, huh? I'm gonna have to give him an answer. Yeah, we're gonna defend him. How funny would it be if we said no? If we said like, nah, actually, we're not gonna defend you, and that's the end of the case. Oh, wasn't I going to the prison? Let's hail a carro. Someone's going over there in front of Garadeb's house. Something's going on over there. I know thee not, old man. Fall to thy prayers. Are you calling on old man, you rum-looking niminy-piminy? Are these the actual witnesses? Holy shit! The chin on this man is crazy. I mean, his chin's kind of wild, but this chin is crazy. There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamt of in your philosophy. Who's this Horatio fella, huh? What are you on about? Yeah, huh. Who are you now? It looked as though there might be some problem here, and my associate here is a lawyer. A lawyer? Yeah, if I can be of any assistance. I'm from Japan, but I've studied English law. Fine, I'll be on my way for today, but you mark my words. This ain't over yet. Okay. Are they the witnesses? Get thee to a nunnery. Do I look like a bloomin' nun to you? Is this guy just speaking in Shakespeare quotes? Is that his bit? Garadeb's got a big old chin too. Garadeb, kind of. He's got the little like beard supplementing it, so I didn't pay too much attention to it. Maybe he does. Honestly, yeah, kind of. But it isn't as wild as that one. He has no chin. This man goes straight mouth to neck. It's just, that's crazy. Oh, fair Eastern maiden, thou art so gentle. Thank you. There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamt of in your philosophy. Are you a lodger here in the Garadeb residence? Oh, fair Eastern maiden, thou art so right. Yes, I do dwell in this humble abode. the other lodger? Do you happen to know the other lodger? Ah, yes, a gentleman named Natsume. Or more worthy a polemist than my battle awards ne'er could there be. Who is the stronger, Hamlet or Macbeth? Mr. Natsume and I sparred long into the night. Are they're fucking power scalers? Who would win, Goku or Superman? Fair maiden, so good gentlemen, I can tarry here no longer. Fare thee well. Okay. I am kind of glad that it was over, though. Anyway, I'll go and find a carriage. Okay. Damn, it's kind of sounded like he dodged bullets. It went like bum bum, and he went all Matrix on me and dodged them. He's almost got like a Kafka vibe to him, you know, a little Mew Mew boy, always so pathetic, lyrically brilliant, but full of neuroses, and you know what I mean? The Kafka vibe of like, that would be a good ship. Soseki Natsume and Friends Kafka. A good ship. Can you stop doing everything with ships? Can we engage in a conversation as we're getting literary in here tonight? You know what I mean though, right? Have you seen Kafka's like diary entries where he's like, I fucking hate everything and etc. Like, oh, I tried to talk to someone today, but I was too anxious. Yeah, he does have a bit of that, right? That sort of like he's constantly sort of tormented by things. He's so brilliant in his writing, eccentric as fuck. Soseki Natsume is the Franz Kafka of Japan. Hot take. A classic. A classic. Oh, it's you. You're here. You came. Locum student, Mr. Naruhodo Esquire. I can't believe you came back. I'm so touched. Maybe I should give him a Meekins voice. I can't believe you came back. I'm so touched. Oh no, think nothing of it. Relax. If I were a cat, I would purr with pleasure at the company of such fine compatriots. Noble, nurturing, never failing Nipponese. The bit escalated as they were writing the hymn. I can see how this is very much a character that became... It probably started as a deeper character, and it just became a two-dimensional caricature. Oh, I quite agree. There's nothing more reassuring than the familiarity of one's native land. Is this the prosecutor? Oh. It's Herlock. It is through friendship transcending international borders that one truly appreciates the fact. Such is my belief, at least. Oh, it's you. Wait, I think I might stick with the Meekins voice for him. I think it oddly suits him. The miserable run spy, Herlock Sholmes. I have no intention of doing anything per se, save observing. Having encountered some curious reading material in that gloomful room and having unmasked the secret identity of that eccentric pair, I decided I should drop in on my way home to see how our divested friend is faring. Gloomful room? At least your accommodation here offers a window, my dear fellow. In that sense, it is the superior room. Anyway, I must commend you on your taste in books. My day has been a delight and cost me not a penny. Oh, you! How dare you, Herlock Sholmes? I've had it. I'm through. I'm at the end of my rope. I should never have come to Great Britain. It was a terrible mistake. Haunted by the spirits in those accursed lodgings. No doubt my luck will be cursed in tomorrow's trial as well. I didn't realize I can just crack my voice so readily. My whole life has been damned. He mentioned that once before. His lodgings were cursed. Does he have a gas leak? Cursed is a wholly appropriate description for the man's lodgings and indeed for tomorrow's trial. Let's converse. What do you mean what you said? The trial being cursed. Oh no, why? Why are you looking so grave? You're making me nervous. I was just getting carried away, that's all. I didn't mean anything by it. You don't mean the trial really is cursed somehow? To the prosecutor, the Reaper of the Bailey. The Reaper? Oh no, what do you mean? Please, tell me, summarize it succinctly in 16 salient words. No defendant has ever survived a trial in which the Reaper stands for the prosecution. Ever. Oh my goodness, can it really be true? That was 16 words exactly. Wait, was it? Oh my god. Wow. Good job, man. After the trial was over, he died in a fire. What? Yeah. Lord Chief Justice told us. Can't be that having failed to make the accused convicted, he scheduled the killing. He's like, no way. You have some wonderful notions. The man isn't a mass murderer. He's a court prosecutor, my dear fellow. Why are you trying to scare me? Valid. Could be said, however, the real truth about the man is even more terrifying than your hypothesis. And Zeeks is quite the exceptional man. However, in London courts of law, exceptional does not equate to winning every case without exception. As you are no doubt aware, in a British criminal trial, there is both a judge and a jury. The judge officiates based on the letter of the law, whilst the jury offers public opinion and common sense. It is an excellent system whereby the defendant's guilt is considered from several points of view. Public opinion, in particular, is somewhat easily manipulated. Criminals and corrupt lawyers, for that matter, can use it to their advantage, by any means at their disposal, contriving evidence, calling imposters and witnesses, and so on. Dark age of the law. By such underhanded means, those who would want to are able to sway the jury, which means even in the light of irrefutable evidence, the prosecution can fail. And sadly is, from time to time, my dear madam. Simply the reality of the situation. However, those indicted by Lord Van Zeeks cannot escape justice. Their fate is sealed. Though the adjudication may see them leave the courtroom with their freedom, within months they all disappear. It is most striking. By all manner of misfortunes, sir. Perhaps they are trampled under a passing carriage. Perhaps they fall into the Thames and drown. She has a similar pose to him. I wonder if that is sort of some fangirl thing going on. Perhaps they are suddenly overcome by a raging fever. Or perhaps attacked by a highwayman. All examples of the reality of events here in London, I'm afraid, Mr. Naruhodo. I knew it. I'm a dead dodo, done for, doomed. A dead dodo? Was the dodo extinct in 1901? When did dodos go extinct? 1662. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, yes they were. Yes they were. Why are your logics cursed? You mean to say you believe the place is cursed? It's been a year now since I came to Great Britain. I'd only been in London a week before I started to notice strange feelings in myself. Everywhere I looked, there were foreign faces staring at me, laughing behind my back. I was sure people were talking about me. I started to become nervous about going outside. They were all staring at me all the time, from dawn till dusk. So I shut myself away in my room, but even that didn't help. The fear wouldn't go away. He developed a social anxiety, or what? I've had to move a number of times, most recently to the room on Briar Road, a week ago now. Yeah, why there? The rent is cheap. I have so little money, it appealed to me straight away. Of course, I asked why it was so affordable. The landlord just simpered and said, "The room is cursed." Oops. He quickly tried to cover his mistake, but it was too late, so I told him, "If you have something to say, then say it, but if not, don't mention it in the first place." But it was true. It was all true. Ever since I moved into that windowless hellhole, my sleep has been plagued with nightmares. I awake feeling as though I'm being choked to death. And in my waking hours, people are stabbed in front of me as I walk down the street. For real, I'm thinking gas leak. I'm branded a killer, thrown in prison. Nobody wants to know me. I'm surrounded by scary, sinister spirits. If only there was someone, just one person on my side. Can no one find it in his or her heart to believe in me? Really, no one at all? We will. We will, don't worry. We'll defend you. To believe. Mr. Sholmes? It's about the case on the SS Barrier. That case, the one with the snake. Yes. At that time, I was the suspect, but you believed in me and listened to my side of the story. I did I? Interesting. Why did you believe me? I see, yes, you mean because you were a grimly dressed, shady Eastern fellow found with the victim in a locked room. I'm a little surprised. The answer requires explanation, my dear fellow. It's quite simple, really. You said I didn't do it. I could have been lying. You must have had your doubts. I think perhaps you have misunderstood. I neither recall believing in you, nor in that which you were telling me. You see, the only things I believe in are those I choose to believe in. I make up my own mind about what is to be believed and what is not. If I should like to believe in something, I do. The circumstances can hang as far as I'm concerned. I could have betrayed your trust. You could have. In that case, I should have made an elementary error of judgment, nothing more. Betrayal of trust is an overused excuse, in my opinion. Whether or not one should trust another is, in the final analysis, down to oneself. It is a matter of whether or not one can trust oneself. He's right. Welcome, student Mr. Naruto Esquire. Only as good as his faith in his client. And that comes down to how much faith he has in himself. Exactly. Gotta have faith in yourself to have faith in your client. His fucking eye twitch, man. It is time we were leaving, I believe. Visiting hours are over. The guard will be here shortly to escort us out. There is a restaurant near here that serves excellent trout. Would you care to join me? There is never enough time, is there? No, there is not. Mr. Natsume, if you'd like, in the trial tomorrow, I'd be happy to represent you. Damn right. Locum student Mr. Naruhodo, Esquire. As I said, I only experienced the British courtroom for the first time yesterday, and although the man I was representing was found not guilty, I lost sight of something crucial. What to believe in, the defendant, justice, or the truth? How to believe, even. I think I've finally worked it out. I've decided I must believe in myself above all else, to trust my instincts. And my instincts are telling me that you, Mr. Natsume, are innocent of this crime. It's imperative we prove that in court. I will fight for your innocence until the bitter end with every weapon available to me. I hope you'll permit me to represent you tomorrow. As I said when we first met, I'd like to entrust my fate to someone who will listen to me in my native tongue. It'd be fair to say, Mr. Naruhodo, that your mind was, in many ways, made up from the outset. You merely needed the events of today to fully realize it. Got there in the end. Why are they showing us these guys? Because of the roundabout journey, I guess? Would you be willing to stand by my side tomorrow and help me in court? Absolutely. You may consider me your personal judicial assistant. She is too kind, this girl. It's time to stop looking backwards. Kazuma believed in me, and Mr. Sholmes believes in me now too. So it's time that I learned to believe in myself. It's my job to help him, to fight in his corner. To be continued. And sadly, we are going to call it here today, because I did do a bit of a longer stream yesterday. And I am just horrendously tired today, because I had a lot of things I was doing. I went to the gym, I did my taxes, I went to the lab. I did a bunch of laundry. It was just a real busy day. So I just squeezed a little stream in while I could. Don't go anywhere though, because we were going to be rating out to Conterez playing Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. All right, sure. Let's do that. Okay. Thank you very much for watching. I have been Gallium GG. Live again tomorrow, and expect a bit of a longer one. We're gonna try and push to the end of this case. And yeah, that's it from me today. Thank you very much. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.